Our next presenter will be David H. Robertson.
Oh, sorry about that. When you're done, just lay it there and I will take it. I'll take it home in my car. Or my swimming.
Well, folks, we have a very wonderful award to pass out. We're going to have 5 of them this evening. Number 191 will go to Steve Borowski. And I'm going to have to read this because, or maybe even spell it to you. But Steve is in Kealakehee High School in Hawaii. Now I can blame my relatives for this staggering along with the name. My relative named Ruggles was one of the very first missionaries in Hawaii, and he is the one who invented the 12-letter alphabet that they are using to this day in Hawaii. My grandmother, many times removed, she invented the muumuu because she felt that the naked bodies should be covered. And with that as background, we'll get into honoring Steve. Bill Stetson called me some time ago and said, "Dave, would you do this?" And I never say no to anybody. It's a pleasure and a great honor. First thing I did was to call Steve and say, "Steve, I hope this is all right with you." And he agreed that it was. And then I said, "Write me a little material so that I can have these people go away a little wiser." So, if you will excuse me enough that I can read some of this. I have had the fun, first of all, of knowing Steve as a high school boy. He grew up in Chicago. And so here it goes. He swam in a 20-yard pool until I went to Indiana. I was all-American in water polo, both in high school and at the University of Indiana. He played water polo, and I happened to see one of his games one time at the Illinois Athletic Club that works out of Chicago. He says, I got my master's degree from Indiana and was Doc Councilman's assistant in 1971 and 72. He says this were the great years of IU swimming. He got to know personally Spitz, Hall, Kinsella, Stam, and quite a few others. He said, I was on Doc's first and second NCAA championship teams as a swimmer and coached on the 5th one. Doc really served as quite a mentor for Steve, and he said, I spent 7 years with Doc in grad school. I was his teaching assistant. He was like a second father to me. After the 1972 Olympic trials, I turned down several great job offers and moved to Hawaii and started at the bottom. He took the job at Punahou, and he was fortunate enough to coach 13 consecutive boys and 13 consecutive girl state championships. He's a tough guy. He also put Chris Woo, W-O-O, on the 1976 Olympic team, the only swimmer from Hawaii to make the team in the past 50 years. Those of us who are a little more experienced with history than you folks will say that back in the 40s, Hawaii had some tremendous swimmers, and I will not name them. I could, though. Now he says this, that he set a national breaststroke record that year of 55.99. I now live on the big island of Hawaii where the volcanoes are, and in a town called Kona. I became a competitive body surfer. I love the free dive and spearfishing opportunities that he has. I set several world records when I was 55 and was ranked first in the world in the 50 and the 100 free and the 50 and 100 fly. It was unbelievable that I could train myself mostly in the ocean and do that all by myself without a coach and still rate up pretty well. I'm going to tuck this in my pocket, and if any of you want Steve's address, because you might know him, see me before the evening's over. He's really a very, very nice guy, and all of us at NISCA are very pleased to know that he is recipient number 191 of the Outstanding Service Award. I thank you.